Pence flames Trump in 2024 campaign launch, says former boss put himself over the Constitution. Pence is making history as the first current or former vice president in 8 decades to take on his running mate. ANKENY, Iowa. Former Vice President Mike Pence went after former President Donald Trump during his presidential campaign launch Wednesday, marking his strongest criticisms of his former boss to date. Pence accused Trump of turning his back on the Constitution and conservative values and policy, as he formally declared his candidacy in ANKENY, Iowa, the state that leads off the Republican presidential nominating calendar. I believe that anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States, and anyone who asks someone else to put them over the Constitution should never be President of the United States again, Pence said of his former two-time running mate. Trump had urged Pence to reject the 2020 presidential election results as he presided over the certification of Electoral College votes on January 6, 2021. Pence charged that, when Donald Trump ran for president in 2016, he promised to govern as a conservative. And together we did just that. Today he makes no such promise. Pence joins a growing field of Republican White House contenders that's currently dominated by Trump. And he's making history. Since the late Vice President John Nance Garner unsuccessfully challenged then-President Franklin Roosevelt in the 1940 election, no candidate has campaigned for president against a former running mate. As your vice president, I was proud to stand by President Donald Trump every single day when we made America great, Pence said to a crowd of friends, supporters, and Iowa voters interested to hear what he had to say, who were gathered at Des Moines Area Community College. Pointing to his rivals for the nomination, Pence said, "While some in this contest have already taken to criticizing the record of the Trump-Pence administration, let me be clear, I am incredibly proud of our record and everything we accomplished for the American people." But the former vice president, who contrasts himself with the controversial former president in terms of tone and tenor, said that elections are about the future. Different times call for different leaders. Pence enters the 2024 race polling the mid-single digits, far behind Trump and also significantly trailing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who trails Trump by double digits but is firmly in second place, ahead of the former vice president and the rest of the field of actual and likely candidates. "I'm very confident that we'll have the support to be able to carry our message, tell our story, which is not just my years as vice president but also years as governor of a conservative state leading a conservative agenda, record employment, as also being a conservative leader in the Congress of the United States, fighting against the big spenders in my own party," Pence emphasized in a Fox News interview this past weekend. Neither Trump nor his campaign, by the time this story was published on Wednesday, had commented on Pence's entry into the 2024 field. Pence pledged that, "We'll have the resources to tell our story, and my hope is, should we enter the race, that by the time people are making decision, we won't just be well known, we'll be known well. They'll know who the Pences are. They'll know what our values are, our sense of calling, and I'm confident we can do that." Pence, who turned 64 on Wednesday, was Indiana governor when Trump named him his running mate in 2016. For 4 years, Pence served as the loyal vice president to Trump.